We also have in the Society of St. Vincent de Paul and our broader community Voice for the Poor, where we look at systemic reasons why people are living in vulnerable situations.
Yeah, and
yes.
it's kind of cool to know as well that St. Louis was the first St. Vincent de Paul conference in the United States, and they came over from Europe in 1845, and I believe the first sort of formal conference was in 1846 at the Old Cathedral. They established it there. So it's kind of this, kind of a sort of a history freak a little bit. I mean,
yeah.
Figure we're in the college campus, and as Catherine alluded to, Frederick Ozanam was a college student, and we're in St. Louis. So there's this sort of kind of really deep historical connections, to the organization as a whole. And I just sort of wanted to bring up, you mentioned just sort of the voices of the poor, and it is part of what I feel anyway, is we have the privilege when things get too tough for us, if we can't handle something like, oh, I've been turned off the news, I can't, I can't deal with this anymore. And these individuals, these neighbors that we work with, they can't do that. And so, as Catherine mentioned, holding that tension, sometimes it can be unpleasant, and it can be frustrating. Like we feel like we can't do enough. But I think it's our calling to, and our duty as Catholics, and it's certainly as members of this parish, because it's echoed a lot, is to hold that tension. Yes, maybe by providing this rental assistance, we may be giving them another month, but next month they're still going to be struggling. It's not going to end their struggles, and this is just sort of a first step. But we also, in working with them, in relationship with them, and getting to know them a little bit, we can, and I believe, empower them to say, maybe there's some hope. Maybe I can. I am a part of a bigger community, and there are people who care about me. And so that's what I feel really good about doing. I might not have solved all of their problems, but at least that particular day, and maybe they'll carry it for a few other days, that there's somebody that they can count on and call when things get tough. And then as a conference, we're a small conference. We have maybe 6-7 members, but we meet twice a month, and we support each other. So we don't carry that by ourselves as well. And Catherine thank God she came in, because as a spiritual guide, she was that connection that we were looking for to that wider holistic piece that St. Vincent de Paul, the organization, really calls us to do. And so she sort of reminds us as well that we can kind of get caught up in our daily lives and our egos and what bothers us, but she's very good at bringing us as a group to this whole picture of we have the voice inside of us, and that's all we have to rely on.